All right. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your pilot for today, FlyIslandGuy. And as you can see, we are here in Inagua, which is one of the southernmost islands in the chain of islands in the Bahamas. And we're going to be heading over to Montego Bay, Jamaica. And I'm super excited about that. We know that World Update 16 has been released in the Caribbean finally, and we're going to talk more about that. So let's get ready to fly, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Ready to go here in Inagua. We have all of our flight plans in. I was just making sure everything was set up and we were good to go before we leave. I actually haven't flown the Vision Jet in an extremely long time, and so I'm going to be trying to get used to it again, but it is a very, very easy aircraft to fly, which is awesome. So we have everything in and we are basically ready to go, folks. Okay, so I'm actually just checking our speeds here. Flap speeds. Flaps 1 is at 145. Awesome. Gear can come up at 110. Speed bugs. Sorry, just trying to get all of this stuff set up. Alright, speed bugs are good to go. So it looks like our rotate speed today is 90 knots. So we have to make sure that's good to go. Alright, so today our cruising altitude is going to be 24,000 feet. And all the way over to Jamaica, it's going to be 1 hour and 39 minutes in the air. I originally had another aircraft, but I realized I've switched computers again. So the aircraft that I'm using is actually a little slower. So in the Vision Jet today, if I didn't say it before, so we're going to be flying a little lower and a little slower. Alright, so the last thing that I'm going to do is we're going to get our flight director on. Altitude, push the sky all the way up to 24,000. And as I mentioned as well, the World Update 16 has been released. And if you guys go back and check my very first video for this channel, as well as just looking at the channel description, FlyIslandGuy, or the FlyIslandGuy channel, was all about the Caribbean. That's how it all started. So this has been a long time coming. This is the World Update for the Caribbean. So I'm excited to do some flying around here again, just to explore things. Shout out to everybody who is popping in to check the channel. I definitely appreciate it. Before we get going as well, let's see the weather today. What's happening in the Caribbean? So, whoops. Sorry about that. So what's happening in the Caribbean? We are looking at, and I'm not even sure if you guys could see this. You cannot. Let me just switch the window. So we are looking at, and I'm just doing something a little different as well with how I'm recording the videos, which is why I'm kind of a little off here. I cannot find the window that I am looking for, so I'm not even going to be able to show you. Let's see. Okay, well, let's not worry about that. But anyway, I'm not doing display capture anymore. I'm doing game capture, which means it's right now I have it set to capture a specific window. So I'm gonna have to look into how to do that. But we'll talk about the weather on the way. And essentially right now in the Caribbean, there is a band of very, very nasty weather kind of in the Eastern Caribbean. But over here, the western side, it's pretty clear. Beautiful day here in Inagua, and things over in Sangster, we're looking at winds out of 350 at 16 knots. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. Temperatures of balmy 25 degrees C, which is of course like winter weather. And clouds are broken at 2,200 feet. So let's get started, folks. We will go ahead and fire up the engine. So let's see. As I say once again, it's been a while since I've done this. All right, okay, so I'm back. Had a bit of a brain fart there. As I said, it's been a while since I've flown this plane. Okay, so the engine start is over here. Boom, put that to run. And engine start. Alright, I'm just going to check our gauges and dials, make sure everything is good. And looks like we got an awesome startup. Ooh. Gonna set our takeoff trim here. So let's go ahead and get this right into the green. Boom. So this plane does not get any easier than this to get things up and running. All right, so we're getting some warnings here. The probe heat is off and bleed is off. That is good to go. All right, so we're ready to head out. I think what I'll also do is I'll come home and I'll go to utilities and I don't quite remember. I remember there was a way to get the headphones so you can go into like the mode where you get the noise cancelling and stuff. Don't remember quite how to do that, and it's not super important today anyway. So let's just get out of here. Alright, so we are ready to taxi. Brakes are off. We're departing runway 28 here in Inagua. And I actually specifically chose the Vision Jet just because of these amazing huge windows that it has. This is also a freeway airport. I don't remember the name of the guy that created it, but he's done a whole bunch of scenery all over the Bahamas. As I said, the scenery appears to have been around for a while, because it doesn't look like it was created specifically for Flight Simulator, especially when you see some of the bigger airports that he's worked on. Looks very much like it was done for FSX and ported over. Just gonna try and pull that up while we're taxiing. So I'm very excited. We have done I've installed the world update. Just kind of checked the Jamaica airport to make sure everything was installed in Montego Bay, and it is installed and it looks absolutely awesome. So definitely excited to give it a check and show you guys, as well as just do some exploring around the Caribbean. Yeah, the Vision Jet is absolutely awesome little aircraft to fly just for the vistas alone. Big windows, even in the back. I just pop back here. So set my views back here. Amazingly huge windows. So I think this will probably be like my go-to plane if I'm gonna do more exploratory type flying. Also got my mic set up properly now. For the longest while I was using like a little headset, like a Logitech. I forget the name of it, and I'm forgetting a lot today. But it was a Logitech headset. I think GX Pro or something like that there. I've actually been using it for work, for calls and stuff, but I mean, it's adequate. It was actually good to not have to worry about a big giant mic in front of me, but definitely the audio quality was not as good. So, I'm glad to kind of have my proper mic set back up and with proper settings. And I'm hoping it sounds a lot better. So I really want to kind of get back that audio quality that I had before. All right, so here we are, folks. We are all good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get our strobe lights, landing lights on. And flaps, set our flaps to 50 for takeoff. Rim is already set, doing about 6 degrees up trim. Our rotate speed is 90 knots. And I think we can go ahead and let's set our navigation source as well while we're here. Let's do there we go. Let's get nav on as well. All right, folks, ready for takeoff. Really simple in the Vision Jet. Just slam the controls forward. And you'll be in takeoff mode, and that is it. I believe you can get rid of these guys as well. About to put my headset on. I'll get that on when I'm in the air. And we are approaching 90 knots, a little bit of left rudder and rotates. And we're up. Beautiful. Nice and simple. Guess we're going to be talking to ATC over the over the loudspeaker. We don't have our headphones on, and we're going to turn back to get onto our flight plan now. And let's just enjoy the view as we're departing. Flaps up. Bring the nose down just a little bit. Because our weather radar is off as well. Alright, just gonna try and trim it out. Still flying a good amount of back pressure. Let's get our autopilot on. Yeah, it's pretty windy today. If you look out, you can see the chop on the water, and there's gonna be some wind definitely over in Jamaica as well. I'm trying to go back and find setting. Got to start the timer as well, so let's go ahead and start that. We're going to be looking for about, if we could do about an hour, 30 minutes, that'll be good, but not sure. Alright, weather. So I'm just kind of doing some exploring right now. I do not remember. Audio. No, is it that? I don't remember how to do it. This is specifically for avionics. And let's check there, waiting fuel. Not initialization. You have to do that to kind of get up in the air. I'm gonna dial back now to MCT as well. Now that we're climbing, we get about 1,300 feet per minute. And yeah. I'm not sure. I remember there being an option to go into there was an option to turn on, I forget what it's called. Yeah, there was an option to turn on noise cancelling. It was like pilot mode or something like that. I forget what it is, but anyway, I'll figure that out kind of as we're flying over. But as I was saying, it's great to be back in the Caribbean and doing a little bit of flying around there, because it's honestly been, I kind of missed it. I missed it a lot. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to seeing kind of the changes that they've made to the Caribbean. I know that there's an issue with water masking, like in the Bahamas, which is a bit of a bummer because it was working before and it looked amazing. Also just now I just put us in flight level change mode so we can climb at 165 knots, so we're going to get a much better climb rate. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame that they had that issue, so I'm not too sure when they're going to get it fixed. But hopefully it'll be sometime soon. As I said, so far over in Montego Bay, the airport, I just tested it out just to see what it looked like, and yeah, it definitely looks much closer to the actual airport now, as that airport was redesigned. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to see kind of what other changes they've made. I know there's been some points of interest that have been done as well. So yeah, there's lots and lots of cool stuff happening. And yeah, looking forward to that. But I'm gonna get to see Montego Bay up close and personal. If you guys don't know, I'm getting married in June. Oh, shoot, I know I forgot something. Generators. Whoops. Yeah, so as I mentioned, I'm getting married in, not June, in May. And we had like a big fancy sort of honeymoon plan, but just for now to kind of reduce costs, because we're going to have like a lot of funds going out. We're just going to do small trip to Jamaica again, Montego Bay. That's where we got engaged, and we're just gonna relax for a bit, and then we'll do the nicer trip later on. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to go back and see the people who hosted the Airbnb that we went to before. See some sights and sounds, get some good food, and just enjoy ourselves. All right. Anyways, folks, that's it for me. We're just climbing up to 24,000 feet. Once we get there, I will be back. And, we'll talk about our approach. I just saw some interesting things in Navigraph. And hopefully we'll have a nice smooth landing over there in Jamaica. All right. I'll see you guys soon, and I'll be back. This is FlyIslandGuy. I'm out. Okay, so I wasn't going crazy. Thanks to the power of Google. I didn't realize when I knew the Vision Jet was updated, but I didn't realize when they updated, they moved a bunch of settings from inside here down to a little tablet down here. It was actually really slick. And we put on active or headphones first. And now they're gone. And active noise reduction. Boom. So now it's nice and quiet. You can hear my voice a little better. Yeah. You like that? All right. So yeah. We're gonna leave all the other settings off for now, but now that I know exactly how to do this, yeah, I'll be good to go. Looks like my covers and protectors and chocks are still on. So I should probably uncheck these guys. I have a feeling once you start the aircraft, they automatically disappear anyway. Hopefully. But yeah. Alright, so now we're fully active and we are good to go, folks. I think right about now we are crossing over Cuba. This is Cuba. If we look out here, yeah, this is Cuba. Off to our right, we're just crossing Guantanamo Bay. And we all know about Guantanamo Bay. If you don't know anything about it, or why it's a very controversial place, please go and look it up. All right. But we're going to keep flying. And as I said, we'll be back when we start our approach. I just want to let you guys know about this. Anybody who was screaming about why I had the headphones still up and everything, I just discovered this. And I wasn't the only one who was sort of confused as well, because there was other people searching for this too. So pretty slick feature. I like it. And but we'll see you guys when I get back. All right. Take care. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So we are I'm back a little earlier than usual. Normally, when I come back, we're normally within sort of a few minutes of landing. Oops, sorry. Just hitting the mic by mistake. Yeah, we're normally within a few minutes of landing, or around 10 to 15 minutes, but still got a little bit to go. But I just wanted to enjoy the view that we have right now. We are flying over Jamaica, kind of heading towards final approach. We come back up top, right up to the flight deck here. We're at about 17,700. We've started a VNAV descent, and we're going to be heading down to 2100, which is going to be our final approach fix altitude. Let's just have a quick chat about our approach for today. Now, unfortunately, there seems to be some kind of weird sort of sync up. I don't know if I think Iraq, I believe it's what it's called. I don't know what I have in the aircraft or what I have in flight simulators or what's in Navigraph, but I was supposed to be doing the comeback here. So in here we have the Lunar 7 arrival. But unfortunately in the FMS or FMC, the only option that I have is the Lunar 6 arrival, which kind of has totally different waypoints. But I just wanted to kind of show you the approach that we're supposed to be doing. We're doing like the RNAV, I think it's called the RNAV GNSS runway 07 approach. This is an RMP approach here, which is the approach that we're going to be doing is actually coming from this way, and I think we're turning in to land. Actually, let me just check that. So it's Rody. Let me zoom in a little bit. Oh no. Sorry, we're coming that way. So yeah, it's supposed to be this approach, but unfortunately, I'm not sure what's going on, but it doesn't really match up. So I'm not even seeing some of these waypoint names in here. But what is interesting, which is why I wanted to show you this, is that if you look at a couple of these names here, they should look very familiar, right? So we're supposed to be coming in on the Rody waypoint, and that is coming into Asafa, which is our initial approach fix, down to Usain, and then to Bolt. So actually, I just realized you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I'm gonna have to figure this out for OBS. But that's the name of the waypoints that we're going to be are on the RMP runway 07 approach, which is interesting because if you follow Jamaican track and field, some of those names are very familiar. So Asafa comes from Asafa Powell. Usain comes from Usain Bolt. Obviously Bolt is Bolt as well. So it looks like there's a little bit of a tribute to the championship track and field team for Jamaica, the track team that has won so many awards at the Olympics. Jamaica just produces amazing athletes for whatever reason that absolutely dominate on the world stage. So yeah, this is the plan. We're actually kind of descending. I might just stay on. I was going to kind of disappear and then come back, but I think we're going to stay on. As you can see, we're doing the VNAV descent, and this plane has performed absolutely brilliantly. I couldn't have asked for more. For some reason, I'm trying to remove the checklist here, and I don't really know how to do it. I know this button kind of brings it up. This button here, you can click on it as well as rotate it, but I don't really know how to get rid of it. So unless PFD, there we go. I got you. Okay, learning so much stuff. All right. So I believe we've already passed over the airport. If we come outside real quick, take a look. Yeah, so this is where we're going to be landing down here. That's Sangster International. Montego Bay is all around here. Looking absolutely lovely. We've got some cruise ships in the area. Lots of nice activity. And I think I'll just use this to just get a nice thumbnail. So boom. thumbnail taken. Let's get back in the aircraft where it's nice and quiet. So I've flown this approach or something similar so many times. Jamaica is one of the airports that I'm absolutely familiar with. It's not one of the airports, one of the countries that I'm absolutely comfortable flying into. I've done a good amount of approaches on this channel into Jamaica, either Norman Manley over in Kingston or here in Sangster International. What I didn't know though, which was interesting, and also approaching 10,000 feet, setting up the altimeter. Let's get our landing lights back on. What I didn't know, and it's something I learned recently, was that there's actually another international airport here, Ian Fleming International. I believe it was named after the guy that created James Bond. And I believe, I think I talked about it. I might have done a flight here a long time ago. I might have. I think I did it in the BN2 Islander. But yeah, I did not know about that specific airport until I ended up kind of doing a flight here a while back, which is for me the beauty of Flight Simulator, which is why I enjoy it. I get to see places that I will probably never go to in real life, or never have the opportunity to fly to in real life. So I'm really, really happy and excited about that. Okay. So as I mentioned before, this is really just like a kind of circling approach, and we're going to head straight back down to the airport. This is interesting though. I'm wondering if we have to kind of circle twice. Let's see. Okay, this is interesting. So we're kind of doing like a bit of a swirl approach to get down to the airport, which makes sense because we're a little high and we have to drop altitude. So we're gonna do a couple turns just to get our altitude down. But I absolutely love flying into Jamaica. So beautiful. And it's a large country. It's a large country that has so much culture, so much diversity, so much history, and admittedly, it's a country that also has like a lot of problems as well. But you know, that's everywhere. That's everywhere. But definitely appreciate all the people of Jamaica. Shout out to everyone who lives in Jamaica, or you're like me, who has Jamaican heritage. My father's Jamaican. So it's absolutely wonderful. And I can't wait to go back here in June. And there's going to be lots of relaxing. I'm going to be a new husband at that point. Lots of relaxing. As I said, lots of good food. Hopefully some drinks, amongst other things. And I'm absolutely excited. The past year for me has been extremely amazing. It's been a little hectic as well. Moving to a different province here in Canada. I proposed to my now fiance. We've purchased property. Now preparing for the wedding. It's been really, really hectic, but you know, so many huge milestones, and I'm just looking forward to experiencing the rest of my life with her. You know, so we're about to do kind of one more giant turn before we headed right back towards the airport. And so I'm actually trying to figure out, so there's a very famous beach here in Montego Bay called Doctor's Cave Beach. And when we come back in June, I'm hoping that we spend lots of time there. I think when we were there before, we only there like once. But we always said if we go back, we're not going to do all the touristy stuff and pay all kinds of money. All we're going to do is wake up, go to the beach, hang out all day, get sunburnt, eat food, drink drinks, and then come back home and relax for the rest of the day. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I was approved for about 3.5 weeks vacation. So that gives me just enough time to get things sorted out for the wedding, as well as make sure my family is okay and make sure everything is sorted out, plus take that trip. So I'm gonna probably be broke, but I'm also gonna be happy. So and that's what's most important. Money comes and goes, but happiness is most important. Happiness and health. So that's the plan. All right, so we are just continuing this turn. As you see now, we have gone down to 5,000 feet. Let's go through the approach checklist while we're here. We've done the approach briefing. All seats must be in the normal upright position. Ice protection as required. Lights as required. I'm going to slow down a little bit here. Get our speed down to 450 knots. We're going to go ahead, switch off the auto throttle. Don't really need it. And I think while we're turning as well, I'm gonna probably go into approach mode too. What an amazing approach, man. This is awesome. I'm loving it. Clouds are supposed to be at about 2,200 feet. That's the cloud ceiling. So we're gonna probably be somewhat in the clouds for most of this approach when we're on final. It is MVFR, sorry, MVFR conditions. Oh, don't know what's going on with my throat there. All right, saying zap key. Gonna go into approach mode. Right now, I'm just waiting to descend to 140 knots. So let's hope for a nice smooth approach. Glide slope or glide path is active. And as we start to level off, now our speed comes down. All right, let's go gear down. And flaps 50. Apply a little bit of power here. So we do have a pretty nasty crosswind going on. It's about 24 knots. It's extremely windy here today. Approach checklist is complete. And before landing checklist, gear is down and locked. Let's go flaps all the way. Cabin pressure is good. Windshield's good. I'm about to shut the autopilot off in a sec. And airspeed is VRF plus 10. So we should be doing about 110 knots. So as I mentioned before, this is one of the airports that have been updated with aircraft taking off here. This is one of the airports that have been updated as of World Update 16. So yeah, no need for a no need for a third party scenery for here, because Asobo and the teams they've been working with are taking care of it. So as you can see, we are crabbing to the left just a little bit because of that strong crosswind. Which these heavy winds aren't, they're not, nothing strange. The islands always have like a lot of, normally really windy, really hot. And we're going to try and see if we can nail this landing. Don't know if it's going to happen, but we shall see. Getting close to our approach speed. And we're going to go autopilot off. See if we can hand fly the rest of it. Just going to try and follow the glide path as much as I can. We're kind of getting blown to the left a little bit now. Okay, by a little bit I mean a lot of bit. You're way off. So we're just gonna come back over and then line up properly. There you go. Airport with a decent length runway, and we don't need too much for our little slow plane, so should be good. Just trying to get over to the center of the runway because we are a little left. All right. A lot of crosswind. A lot of crosswind. Do it at about 20 knots. Right over the threshold. And okay. Let's see if I can straighten up a little bit. There we go. Not the best, but it's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Montego Bay. Local time, I believe, is around 12:41. All right. We're just going to turn off here. I was noticing a little bit of stuttering when we were landing. I'm not too sure if that's an issue with the scenery or what. It's my computer. I don't have the best setup. So I have I got a good video card. Got the 3080 Ti. But as far as my processor, I'm lacking. So, but I just don't feel like going through all the expense of setting up getting a new processor. Like if I get a new processor, I'm gonna have to get a new motherboard and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm not really interested in doing all that. All right, folks. So we are gonna turn here. And once we straighten up, we're gonna go ahead and all right. Yeah, now that we're straightened up, we're just gonna do a slow taxi. Gonna get our flaps up. Landing lights can come off. Stirrups can come off as well. Alright, we can taxi a little faster than this though. It's ridiculous. Alright, after landing checklists. Do that. Just trying to keep this guy taxiing straight, which is sort of hard to do. You don't have rudder pedals. That's another thing as well. Whoops. I don't have rudder pedals, just use like a joystick, so let's see, MFD. Alright, so landing checklist. We've already gone through that, so that's good. And oops. Don't have to do that. Okay, after landing checklist, we have our flaps up. Let's see. Propane switch can come off. Jeez, leave this guy here. External lights as required, and brakes. Our brakes are working. Now what is going on? Why do you have this default aircraft here just floating in the sky? I don't know what's going on there. I do have FSLTL running, so I'm not sure what's happening with that. Oh well, it would have been good to have some like proper aircraft here, but so good. Not super important. Well, there's something in the. What plane is this over here? Yeah, it's not a default aircraft. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, let's go ahead and park and shut down. We'll just come here. Alright. And shutting off the engines. All right, and that is it, folks. Let's go and let these people out, and then we will head outside. Oh wait, before we do that, what else? Let's get the chocks and the luggage door. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about the GPU. All right, folks. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this flight in the tiny Vision Jet. Had fun, and I'm excited to do some other flights here in the Caribbean. As usual, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you see fit. Outside of that, there'll be a new video coming back at some point, sometime soon. I'm trying to record more often now. But yeah, outside of that, looking forward to see you guys next time. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy saying stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out.